Hi everyone, I'm back for part 2, and what I did was I finished putting together, finished gluing the tabs on this one, and I glued it to the back of this one. So now you have this finished container, well, partially finished. I guess the components, the big compartments are there right now. So you have these seams that are exposed here on each side and on the bottom, and here on the front. So what we'll do next is go ahead, and there are 4 pieces you'll have in your cut. 2 of these, one for each of these sides, and then you will have there are 2 of these strips, and one is wider than the other one. So you've got the narrow one, the wide one. The wide one goes here on the bottom, and the narrow one goes here on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those 4 pieces. So I'm going to start with the sides. And you could, if you wanted to, you could use, you could go ahead and do pattern. You know, if you wanted to cut this as patterned paper, you could most certainly do that. I just kind of decided to keep it neutral, not experimenting a whole bunch. Look at this. You really have to, and I said, again, with the zip tray, you really have to squeeze the bottle. And I'm going to try to zoom out a little bit here because it was a little too close. Sorry about that. Alright. And again, the zip tray will give you a little bit of time to kind of line up your edges. I'll go ahead inside and rub that on the insides just to make sure I'm getting the glue together. And I have been blessed with very, very long fingers. My flute professor always told me I should be a bassoonist. When I heard him say that, I was thinking maybe he didn't want me to be a flutist, but no, that wasn't the case. And you would think that having very long fingers would have blessed me with piano playing skills. Nope. Yes, I did pass the test, but piano is not my forte. But I practice, so well, even the most professional pianists practice. So, and then here's the other side. And again, just trying to even that up, hiding a lot of these seams, and going inside, kind of rubbing these in here, working the glue against, making sure they're just kind of sealing up. Okay, so now you have the edges completed. They look very nice. That one. I'm going to squish that down a little bit. Hopefully I got a little bit more time to do that. Alright, now on for the front and bottom panels. And like I said, again, this is not too big of a deal. That little sticker there, I'm not going to bother with it at all, actually. And then get some glue in here. And again, get my hands in here and work this glue into, make sure everything gets in contact with glue. I'm pressing it down. And the nice thing, again, with the zip dry is if you have something that looks like it didn't get glued down, you can easily just get a little bit underneath there. Something that I'll do from time to time with things like that is just get like a, like one of these cross-stitch needles, and I'll dip it in the glue and slide it in wherever and kind of mush the glue around in there, and Look at those little edges. So far, here's what we have. The edges. Okay, and now for the bottom. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue the panel. Might be a little bit easier. It is only so quiet because my children are both in bed. And my husband is hanging out with a couple of his friends, which he never does, so I'm glad he's getting that much needed time with them. I think it's been, gosh, it's been several months. Sometimes you just forget to get in touch with people and spend time and things like that. So, and then on this, I didn't worry too much about it sticking to the desk. I just kind of press it down, and it seemed to do the job with the last one anyway. Kind of push it down. And we'll just look at it and make sure it's how I want it. So there. This bottom portion is completed, and it is pretty sturdy, pretty durable. Now, if you wanted to have a little bit more support, something that I had thought about was putting just a piece of very thin chipboard, you know, on the back to support it a little bit more, or using a very thin chipboard and cutting, you know, recutting these little panels. But I don't see with paper in it that it's going to be that big a deal. So anyway, so that's the bottom portion. And now for the lid. These are the pieces for the lid, and I'll show you what the finished lid looks like right here. Okay. And so what I'm going to go ahead and start with is, so you've got these 3 panels, and these 2 panels are wider than the center panel. This is the top of the box. These are your sides. And then you have, for the sides, you have these 2 larger rectangles, and then you have 2 smaller patterned paper rectangles that go inside of them. These rectangles are actually meant to be structural on it. So, yeah. So there's that. I'm going to put these in order so I can remember how they go. Now, I'm just directly uploading this from my phone, so that is why I didn't fast forward it. I'm sure you guys are probably like, why didn't she just like zip through this? Because my phone doesn't have that, and I just didn't feel like dealing with it right now, and I may do it later. But anyway, so this is probably the trickiest part of this whole little box construction thing, is that you have these tabs here, and you've got to glue all of this and hold it together. Like I said, this is a structural piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and, so if I get off camera or it gets kind of crazy, I apologize, but it is a little bit funky to get this. Make sure you're holding it together and getting everything kind of flush. Because it's kind of wobbly. And as the glue starts setting, hopefully you got it figured out. I think mine's a little bit, it's not too bad, but I don't think it's quite as nice as I would like it. Again, this will dry clear, so you don't have to worry about it being too bad looking. So there's that. Now, one thing that I might consider doing, and I almost did it with my other one, and I think I might do it to the next one, but I just felt like the box was kind of wobbly, the lid's kind of wobbly, and I just didn't like, I wanted a little bit more sturdiness with it. So what I'm going to do when I do my next boxes, I'm going to cut out 4 of these instead of 2, and I'm going to glue another one on the inside because it just helps stabilize it a little bit more. So I didn't cut those extra 2 pieces out this time, but it was definitely something that I was thinking about when I was building the other one. So but that's just me. I mean, I don't want to, you know, criticize Lori for her design because I could not do this. I mean, yeah. Geometry, not so much my class. Math, I enjoyed. Geometry, I don't know if it's because I had a teacher that I was just, and I'm not gonna, I don't usually say bad things about, because I am a teacher, I don't usually say bad things about teachers, but he isn't a terrible guy. He was a good guy, but I just don't think geometry was, he was definitely, from what I heard from other people who'd taken other classes he was really good at teaching, like, algebra and, you know, other stuff like that, but not so much the geometry. So, and proofs. Who doesn't love a good proof? My mother-in-law loves a good proof, I'm sure. So there we go. There's that edge. So now you have the lid structurally finished. Again, I'd suggest maybe making 4 of these little ends, sliding one in there. What's it going to hurt? But if you don't care, then you don't care. That's, you know, you can do that. So here is, and by the way, the paper, the pattern paper that I'm using is by Lily B Designs, and I think it's from the Double Dutch collection. And I needed to pull it out because I've just decided I have too much stuff, period. Too much that I have not used. And so anyway, yeah, you love my glue pattern there. It looks awesome. But when people see it, they're not looking at the glue, right? Right. They're looking at your stuff and saying, oh, that's so nifty. And you'll say, that's great. I cut it out and Lori designed it. You made that? Yeah, I did. So again, just kind of smoothing over that. And then again, the thinner strip goes on the top. Okay. I know there are people who are in my parish at church who I should make these boxes for and put cards and envelopes in them and some stamps, because I know they enjoy communicating with others, written, and like sending out birthday cards and, you know, that sort of thing. And it would be a real treat, because you could probably do this, you know, you could put the cards in it and the stamps and whatnot, pen, and then you could put some little treats in it. I'm sure that would be much appreciated. Even for people on diets, there are special treats. So don't think, oh no, we can't do something. Because there's always something for everybody that's a treat for them that they're allowed to have. So, alright, now these are the side panels. Again, just kind of pressing here, making sure we've got it centered, which I don't. There we go. Yeah, but this Double Dutch collection is gorgeous, and that's what I made the other box out of. That Double Dutch collection. I think Lily B just has some really cute stuff. I don't even know if this last CHA they had anything. And this is a great way to use up, you know, you have to admit it, crafters, you got a lot of paper. Some of you are hoarders of paper. This is a great way to give back to people and get rid of some of your extra paper. Make a bunch of cards. This is the cut that Lori has. This is the cover to the card, and I did not cut out the card base because I wasn't going to do that. And it also has for these two tags, so you can stick those in there. But then, you know, anyway, so this is the finished product right here. Go ahead and slide the lid on. Now, if you wanted to get really cute, you could put a title here, what it is. And I look at this and I keep thinking this looks so plain. Like, I need to do something to the bottom of it, and I'm just not quite sure what I want to do yet. Maybe stamp a pattern on it. I don't know, maybe when I do this panel, that I cut it a little bit bigger, run it through my Cuttlebug and make it an embossed panel. I'm not sure, but I feel like it needs words or something on it. And then you could always wrap a bow around the top, and how pretty. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I did show you everything that's in there. So thank you for watching the video, and if you have any constructive comments or that you would like to see any other 3D things, whether they're silhouette, SVG files, whatever, go ahead and feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.